With their bright colours and sweet flavours, slush ice drinks are popular with young children. But after drinking a strawberry slushy for a treat while at a bowling alley last year, 4-year-old Albie Pegg ended up in hospital.
He had started hallucinating, he had started clawing at himself, biting me, biting himself. He couldn't really couldn't comprehend what was happening and what was making him go like this. So by the time we got to the A&E, he was sort of a dead weight. They tried to get a response out of him, they couldn't. So then he got whisked into the resus room.
Doctors believe Albie's reaction was caused by glycerol in the low-sugar slushy he'd drunk. Glycerol is an additive used to provide sweetness and texture in slush ice drinks. Children's bodies can't process it as well as adults, and in extreme cases it can cause shock, low blood sugar and loss of consciousness. Food safety experts say under 10s should limit their consumption of slushies containing glycerol, while under 4s should avoid them completely. 50 million slush ice drinks are consumed in the UK each year, but in the past 3 years, 5 children have fallen ill. 2 of them after voluntary industry guidelines were issued last August.
We've worked closely with industry and they have issued clear guidelines to people buying their products. But the key message really that we want to get out today is twofold. Firstly, to parents to be aware of this too, because it is tricky if you're a parent, you're bombarded by information. And secondly, for people at the point of sale who may not necessarily have seen that guidance, to really make sure they understand it and use it when they're selling these drinks and selling them appropriately.
Albie's mum says although there were warning signs at the bowling alley, they weren't clearly visible. And she says with proper staff training and better information for customers, Albie's illness could have been avoided. With their bright colours.
This is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread. This is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This lesson is just going to be going into never trust thine enemies. Plus, we should already know that all the food here is defiled. And what Lord willing, I put it at the beginning of the video, was a woman had gave her child a slushie. I mean, you shouldn't be eating them, drinking them slushies or anything like that anyway. Was that she gave her child a slushie, and her son started hallucinating and scratching his face and all this stuff. And it had a chemical in it that apparently children, they can't digest it right. I think it's called Glycol or something like that. And they can't process it right. So the child started hallucinating. And the real question is, why is this even in food? Why is this even in? But this is just Esau Edom, the wicked. He's just going to do whatever the wicked does. All the food is defiled. All the food, no telling what's in it. You know, we're sitting here, we're waiting for Yahweh to return to restore the earth in its full righteousness, to where the wicked are no longer in leadership positions, no longer ruling the earth, and righteousness can flourish. You can eat clean things. You can enjoy your children. You can enjoy your wives. You can enjoy living. So let me go ahead and get into this. This is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the other nations, even the people of our own nations that don't have this truth, that don't know this truth, that don't follow the truth, that don't call on the name of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, the names of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. That's who the world, Yahweh is being who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Meaning Yahweh is he exists, and Wah meaning and Yahweh Shai meaning he saves, he delivers. So the Esau Edom, the so-called white man, they'll never tell you that. They'll never tell you those names. They'll never tell you your true heritage. So what? They never even told you that you were Israelites. They just said you were so-called black people, so-called natives, Indians, Spics, Jiggerboos, whatever you want to call it, from the deepest, darkest jungles of Africa. And you weren't in Europe anywhere. But anyway, getting off the point. But never trust thine enemy. The time's coming, especially. He's gonna come at you with this, the micro C hip, come at you with all kinds of new things, saying he wants to be your friend, he wants to help you, all this stuff. Never trust your enemy. Sirach 12:10 again. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Hey, it don't matter. Hey, he's always, it's ingrained in his DNA. He is the wicked. Esau Edom is the wicked. He doesn't do anything besides wickedness. He might give you a blanket, that mug got smallpox on it. He might give you a bank account. Guess what? He's charging you 20% interest on it. He might get you a house. Guess what? It's made out of asbestos. Might anything, any number of things. He might feed you. Guess what? It's pork. Or guess what? It's poisoned. He might give you water. He might give you some land. Anything, any number of things. Do not trust this man. And even in his thing, he was like, well, we try to put labels on everything and tell people that we try to inform them. And this is that devil. He's like, oh, we tried to tell you. We told you. We put a sign there that said children should not eat this. I mean, come on. This man is the devil. This is Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So they cannot, like Billy Gates, Yuval Noah Harari, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, all these things, like they cannot sleep unless they have done some mischief and they've caused some to fall. These people are in control of the food supplies. Well, Bill Gates, he's bought up a lot of farmland, or Kill Gates, whatever. It's like a thing might get flagged now, but hey, they lose sleep. They gotta have some kind of plan or whatever like that cause mischief in the earth. And let me double check that. Oh, here we go. This is Psalms 140:3. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent's adder. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah. And their tongues, Esau Edom, his weapon is the sword. Well, the tongue is also a weapon. How they come up with their business propositions, their legislation, this, that, like everything that they do. It's all a weapon. It's all weaponized. Their propaganda, all this. Their tongue is a weapon. So let me go ahead and end off with this. This is Sirach 25 and verse 7. Because there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children. And here, at this point in time, me personally, I don't have any children, but hey, you can probably get some little joy, all you that have children, from your children, but you're not getting the full amount of it. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And this is what we look forward to. We look forward to seeing the fall of the enemy Esau Edom, the fall of wickedness, and the rise of righteousness, where we can enjoy our children. We don't have to worry about, having to put our kids into, a preschool or in school or whatever like that, and have some weirdo watching them or touching them or putting any weird, indoctrination in their minds. Where we don't have to worry about these things. We don't have to worry about what's in the food anymore. We don't have to worry about what's clean and unclean, because when we receive new bodies and the laws are put in our inward parts, we'll know what's unclean. We'll know what's clean. We'll want to keep the laws. Not saying that we don't want to now, but we'll physically and mentally be able to. We'll no longer go off. But Yahweh Shai, all these things have to happen first. Yahweh Shai has to come. Well, the MOTB has to happen. World War III has to happen. Then Yahweh Shai is going to come. Jacob's trouble has to happen. Then Yahweh Shai is going to come. So let me try to say that in order again. World War III, the MOTB, all these things happening, Jacob's trouble, and then the ICBMs, and Yahweh Shai is coming. And Lord willing, we'll be delivered out of here, Babylon the Great. So with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.